It's time for news. Almost every week this is electric news highlights. I try to make the news a bit quicker and not bore you with the details. This video is brought to you by a better Routeplanner, the Routeplanner for EVs. Hundreds of cars are supported. Choose your configuration, plan your route with the charging network that you want to prefer or charging networks that you want to avoid. If you're a premium member, you can use real-time weather forecast and traffic information, and you can also use a better Routeplanner in your car with Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. Use the link in the description to support the channel and use a better Routeplanner Premium for 30 days for free. ENBW at Globus. In Germany, ENBW is a very big charging provider. It's the biggest by far. They have a lot of charging hubs where there are many hyperchargers and a lot of people can charge. Because they are so high in the market, they also are a bit mean when it comes to pricing. So if you charge with a different card at their charging stations, it might be a bit expensive. But ENBW is really providing charging for a lot of people, and they have partnered up with a grocery store called Globus, and at 39 locations of their grocery store they built 500 charging stalls. Until the end of the year they want to expand 11 more stores, and then altogether it's 750 stalls. That's pretty good. ENEL has to pay a fee. We stay with this topic. Like I said, in Germany and in other countries, there is a practice going on. The charging provider, when you use their app and their card, the prices for charging are okay. If you use a different card, it's very expensive. It looks like this is not very nice and also a bit against the EU law and stuff like this. But ENEL, Italian charging provider, has now been fined by the Italian government, but not because of the prices. It's because they're the biggest charging provider in Italy, and they have been fined with 2.3 million euros because the government says they're using their big market share to have disadvantages for other providers. Even though the reason is not the price, hopefully other charging providers in other countries and also the governments in other countries finally see that this cannot go on like this. I mean, what is this? Why do I have to pay this price but another charging card has to pay way more? Why is there not, I don't know, a tiny thing that the government says, okay, 10% and that's it, what you can do? That would be way nicer. Aral locks truck chargers. Aral Pulse is a very big charging provider in Germany. If you didn't know, in Britain it's BP, in Germany it's Aral. It's the same thing, and they have their own charging part, and it's called Aral Pulse. So at their gas stations they build hyperchargers, and then electric cars can charge there. And they also have 25 locations in Germany where they made extreme big charging slots where you can go in for trucks, which is also good, by the way, if you have a camper or a trailer or something. But from September 1st on, these are locked just for trucks. So if you are a private person and you want to charge there, you can't. There will be a sign that says this is only for trucks, and even on the charger itself it will say that you cannot charge there with the normal card. Even in the Aral app you will not see the charger anymore. So you can only use the ones for cars. The ones for trucks are only for business trucks. So if you have a trailer, that's a bit negative, but they want to keep them free for the electric trucks since a lot of normal EVs charge there, even though they weren't having a trailer or a caravan. So I get it. And if you want to follow me around, see a vlog, what's happening behind the scenes when I get a car, when I find something weird about a car, check out my third YouTube channel, Behind the Battery. I started vlogging there. Every 2 to 3 days there's a new video. Kia PV5 leasing. In Germany, Kia announced the leasing prices for the PV5. That is the bigger car with a lot of space that Kia just announced. It can be a 51 or a 71 kilowatt hour battery. And in Germany, it's 249 euros per month if you lease for 48 a month, so 2 years. No, 4 years. I'm an idiot. 5,000 kilometers a year, and if you pay 5,000 euros up front, if you use with the same settings the cargo version, so for business, it's 319 euros. But these prices are for the small battery with 51 kilowatt hour. EV charging with hourly prices. Yes, EnerCity has teamed up with EV Pay, and at their charging stations, now the prices when you do the ad hoc charging, that means that when you get there and you pay with your credit card or your bank card and debit card, then you will pay a special price depending on the hour of the day. Of course, you can see the price in the app, hopefully at the charger as well, and you can see it beforehand the day before. So you can see tomorrow at 12 it will be this price. And the prices go from 37 cent per kilowatt hour up to 67 cent per kilowatt hour. When you charge there with a normal card, so from a different charging provider, this is not affected. So it's possible that when you get there and you would pay with a credit card, it would be 37 cents per kilowatt hour. But when you use your app or a card from a different charging provider, it will cost way more and it will always be the same. Mercedes AMG GTX breaks records. Yes, we've seen, I've already showed you the car. It's a very special car with amazing data, a lot of power, and especially amazing charging, and it broke a lot of records. Number one, a very impressive record. It drove 5,500 kilometers in 24 hours. That's 1,500 kilometers more than the last record. I don't even know, was it the Porsche Taycan? Or was it a different car? I can't remember. And within a week, it drove 40,000 kilometers. That's just incredible. And how does it, and it did this with mostly driving above 300 kilometers an hour. And how is it possible? The car is, of course, a sports car, so it's good when it comes to wind resistance. Of course, it has a lot of power and the consumption will not be low, but it can charge with 850 kilowatt. So what they do, the strategy is always the charger is right. They did that in Nardo in Italy. That's a round course where you can drive 300 kilometers an hour just for hours, and you drive to a certain state of charge, stop, charge to exactly a certain state of charge where you know this is where the charging is the best, and it's just a good mix between driving fast and charging, and then you continue because the charger is right at the track. So you stop, someone is already there, plugs in, and maybe they even tinkered a bit with the software that the communication is a bit faster. I don't know, because it's still a concept car. And then they charge to a certain state of charge and then unplug and you drive on, accelerated in 300 kilometers for half an hour, and then I don't know how long, and then continue. But still amazing to drive this far in 24 hours. Volkswagen ID.3 Pro Power upgrade. I already made an extra video about this, but maybe you didn't see that. You can buy for the Volkswagen ID.3 after you bought the car in the infotainment system in the shop. You can buy a power upgrade. When you get the car, it has 150 kilowatt, 204 horsepower. The big battery, the Pro S version, for example, has 170 kilowatt, 27 horsepower more. And you can buy this in the shop, in the car. It costs either around 19 euros a month or 629 euros for the lifetime of the car. So when you sell the car, it still has the 170 kilowatt. Acceleration is then a bit faster, 0.6 seconds faster. Range and everything is not affected. And it also has, the car is already registered with the maximum power, with the 170 kilowatt, so you don't have to change anything with your registration. And the last, the Kia EV4 production in Europe has started. In Slovenia, the Kia EV4 is being built, but only the fastback. So there's the normal version and then the fastback version. And the normal version is still being built in Korea, but the fastback is being built in Slovenia. At least they have a lot of production in Europe. That's awesome. So it doesn't have to be shipped over here. And of course, people are employed that are in the EU. That is good as well. I've reported of the EV4. I even sat in it and everything. I was in Frankfurt and looked at the car a bit. It's a good looking car. The goal is to build 70,000 units a year in this facility. And some news about the channel. Yesterday, Cupra Tavascan was being picked up and the Audi S6 e-tron Avant has arrived. Beautiful car, a lot of power. I'm very excited to drive it, especially since I showed you that the normal A6 e-tron, which showed rear-wheel drive at top speed, which was 210 kilometers an hour, wasn't amazingly stable, and I was a bit disappointed. And I hope that the S6 is way better, because I've had the same thing with the Q6. It was okay at top speed, not as bad as the A6, but the S6 was just amazing. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully I can drive today. It's raining right now. I hope that stops soon. And then in 2 weeks is the IAA, the Munich Motor Show. I'm gonna go there. I will make an extra video what cars I wanna look at, and maybe you want to meet up because I'm gonna be there on Wednesday. What is it? September 10th, I think. If you want to follow me on Instagram, BatteryLife1, and if you want to support the channel, there's a Patreon link in the description below. And here on YouTube, there's also channel membership. But that's it for me. Thank you much for watching. Have a great day and take care. Bye.